this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love.
Thank you, Janice. You know what? That little buffering glitch didn't matter. You know why? Because there's only love. Good morning and welcome to Unity Spiritual Center Spokane, where we are all about our mission of transforming lives and inspiring people to make a positive difference in our world. My name is Alan Basson, and I will be your platform assistant again this morning. If anyone out there has a phone that they need to silence right now, would be a good time to do it. Thanks. Give you a second to do that. As always, we want to begin our time together by sharing our opening affirmation. I'll say it once and then ask you to repeat it with me. There is only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe, God the good. Everybody, there is only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe, God the good. This is Unity's foundation principle. One presence, one power, and one life living through and as each and every one of us. This morning we'll be hearing from our transformational speaker, Jeff Tawney, and his talk, Our Quest for the Holy Grail. Jeff will also be leading us through the meditation. That's it. That's all.
Close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build, every room inside is filled with things from far away. Special things I compiled, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day.
They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design.
'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me
Good morning. One of my favorite movies of all time. It's The Greatest Showman. Unbelievable. Well, I don't know why I'm so nervous today. I'm probably more nervous today than I've ever been in a while, so I don't know what that means. But I will start off with something fun. Usually in the past, I've always been able to give you an update on family and all that sort of thing. We had a baby reveal a couple of weeks ago, some of my Facebook friends, and the Tawney name is going to continue. My son is going to have a boy, and I get choked up when I talk about that because a few years ago we didn't know if he was even going to live, much less be able to have children. So it's a very special thing. So anyways, grab my... All right. So the last time I was here, that I spoke, we learned a jingle. How many remember it? How many couldn't get it out of their heads? I won't make you sing it. I'll save you. I'll spare you that. But we did talk about objects in the rearview mirror, and we explored how issues from our past can distract us and prevent us from seeing what is truly in front of us, how they hinder our view. We even learned that catchy little tune. When our vision is clear, we can focus forward. We can dream as a million dreams. We can explore. We're able to put our attention to what's before us. And then the talk today is inspired by a Richard Rohr reading that was done a couple of weeks ago in his meditations about the search for the Holy Grail. And I was so inspired by it, and it really connected with me. And part of it was just a timing of things going on, and I'll share more about that later. But anyways, the search for the Holy Grail is basically the hero's journey, the importance of a quest for the Grail. It's the oldest story. It's a hero story. It's a framework of many tales and novels. In Joseph Campbell's book, The Power of Myth, he says, the main character is a hero or heroine who has found or done something beyond the normal range of achievement and experience. A hero is someone who has given his or her life to something bigger than themselves. That character is in you and it's in me. We all have the potential to be heroes. So the quest is a yearning. It's something that we want more. I think of it sometimes. I heard one of my favorite authors talk to it as an ache. It's that thing inside of you that says you want something more. And as much as we try to deny something, we want more. It's different for each one of us. When we were young, it may have been about our profession or our career. The yearning never stops. It never goes away. And it's a need for answers that demand, or questions that demand an answer. The object of our attention, in this case being the bright and shiny Holy Grail, is the light of that and the glow of that lights our way, right? The quest for understanding and enlightenment, the quest for relevance, the quest for purpose and self-identity. The Holy Grail represents truth. My biblical reference today is coming from John 8, and I've used a few verses in here, but basically this is a chapter in which Jesus is being kind of confronted by the Pharisees, and they're asking him questions, and who do you come with all this authority and all this, you're giving us all that. So I'm gonna read through it, and part of it is up here. The Pharisees objected, all we have is your word on this. We need more than this to go on. Jesus replied, you're right, that you only have my word, but you can depend on it being true. I know where I've come from and where I go next. You don't know where I'm from or where I'm headed. You decide accordingly to what you can see and touch. I don't make judgments like that. But even if I did, my judgment would be true because I wouldn't be out of the narrowness of my experience, but from the largeness of the one who sent me, the Father. That fulfills the conditions set down in God's law, that you can count on the testimony of 2 witnesses, and that is what you have. You have my word, and you have the word of the Father who sent me. And then he said, Jesus turned to the Jews who had claimed to believe in him. If you stick with this, living out what I tell you, you are my disciples for sure. Then you will experience for yourself the truth, and the truth will set you free. And one of the things that I love, and I use the Message translation in this because it really spoke to me about how the Pharisees couldn't see what he was talking about because they were looking in their rearview mirror. They were coming from a place of what their experiences and all their education and all their limitations had taught them. But Jesus is calling them to a higher place. He's like, no, don't pay attention to that. You don't see what I see because you're not coming from the place that I come from. And you don't have the authority that I come from. And when he says that, it really spoke to me was he said, if living out in what I tell you, you're my disciples for sure, then you will experience the truth, and the truth will set you free. And those experiences are part of that quest that we have for truth. So when we talk about the quest for the Grail, it's a journey. The quest for the Grail is not just our personal journey, it also becomes a journey of our collective, of our community. As we grow in our understanding and awareness, so does our collective or our body. It has to. Some of us have had people, relationships in our life where we've outgrown them, right? Haven't you been with somebody you're like, this person brings me down. This person is not a good person for me to be around because they're operating in an area, in an environment, in a energy that I can't resonate with anymore. So I limit, and what I've been doing is limiting those relationships and the amount of time that I spend with them, and I increase the amount of energy and the relationships that I have with people that do energize me, that do bring me up. As part of our quest for the Grail, it is a commitment to find and serve. It's a commitment to move forward and search. It requests us to be engaged and committed to ourselves and to one another. Every person in every event that the man in the journey, in this quest for the Grail, encounters is a necessary and grace-filled occasion. We can either learn from it or we can learn in spite of it. There are no dead ends, though there may be many. There is no wasted time, no useless characters, no random happenings. Everything has meaning. It is a holy, enchanted universe. God is in all things, waiting to speak and even to bless, seeing the signs and finding the answers. The quest for the Grail isn't all about what you are seeking or what you're searching for. It's all about the things along the way. The quest for the Grail is about the journey. It's about the questions that you ask. It's also about who will be walking with you. It's about companionship. In those relationships, we've seen in those journeys and all those stories, we've seen characters: the Tin Man, the Wizard, the Scarecrow. Right? If you followed any of the Lord of the Rings stories, it's about the Frodo and all the different people that are part of that journey that make up and encourage you along the way. Sure, we can do it alone, but the reason why we have companions, friends, and communities is to help us in those times when we get stuck. You know what this is about? Huh? We've had some internet issues here today, so.
When life gets you down, you know what you gotta do?
I don't want to know what you got to do.
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do? We swim, swim.
Doreen, singing.
Oh,
Doreen.
I love to swim in.
Doreen.
When you want to swim, you want
See, I'm gonna get stuck now with that song. Now it's in my head.
Sorry.
My gift to you today, just keep swimming. When we get stuck, we need that person in our lives that tells us to just keep swimming, that helps us out of that place. The quest for the Grail is just not a one-time experience either. It's an ongoing thing. It comes, then you have this journey, and then in every story there comes that pivotal point, that epic battle, right? That tipping point. The epic battle between good versus evil. I can tell you that there have been times in my life when I've come to that point of that battle, and I chose to move forward, to overcome, to dig deep and overcome. But I can also tell you there's a lot of times in my life when I've got to that place and I turn tail and run, only to have to come back and face that battle again and come to that place where it's like, okay, this is not going to go away. This is, I got to deal with this. They're not proud moments in my life, but sure, we've all had this experience, right? Maybe not recently, but as children, we all had our bout with the monkey bars. And the trick to the monkey bars was to make sure you get your momentum going and you're reaching for the next bar and you get to the next, and you don't stop, because if you stop, you're dead. You fall. Then you have to get down and you go around, you get on it again and you start over. Now you're a little bit more tired, and each time you do it, it becomes more difficult because our arms are tired. But one of the things I loved about this one picture is this little girl's got somebody in front of her and she's got somebody behind her, encouraging her. Come on, it's this way. Come on, grab the next one. You can do it. You can do it. Those are the people that we need in our lives to help us in this journey, to help us in this quest. For me, that has been you. Each one of you has contributed to that journey for me and in my life. Some of us, going back to the rearview mirror, maybe the things in your battle, your epic battle, is addiction. Maybe it's getting out of a toxic relationship or a marriage. Maybe it's a lifestyle that doesn't suit you or fit into what you are or who you want to be. Maybe it's a healing from religion or a church. Maybe your epic battle is just being here today. It's just getting out of bed and being here when everything told you not to come. But when we stumble, when we trip, when we feel discouraged, what do? Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. So let's talk about the lessons learned. With all that we learn and conquer, we gain a new passion and a zeal for life. Now, it's ironic that today is October 2nd, and guess what the Unity Power is for the month? Zeal. Zeal, which happens. Without zeal, we sit content to be entertained rather than being the entertainer. Without zeal, we become the tether and not the tender. Without zeal, we look at our institutions and cultures and say, who cares? I won't be here in 20 years anyways. Without zeal, we become a spectator and not a participant. Without zeal, we go to church rather than being the church. Without zeal, we become captive and not the creator. Without zeal, we become a stumbling block rather than the building block. Without zeal, we become a critic and not the encourager. And without zeal, we become ordinary and not extraordinary. Some of us are missing that passion and zeal. We have fallen into the void, the co-void, of contentment. We have settled. We forgot what it was like to be passionate, to be enthusiastic and have energy again. And that's okay. That's part of the cycle. But that's even more reason why we need one another. We need friends that will help us and come up to us and say, hey, how are you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Where have you been? I always said that I don't think I would ever retire because I just see myself being busy, continually going to the next thing and doing the next thing, because I just can't imagine not doing anything. For some of you, you're more busy in retirement than you were than you were when you were busy. In closing, we have to ask ourselves, whom do I serve? And whom do we serve? Are the four walls of this facility for those who are here now, or are they for the people that are on the outside, the people that aren't here? How do I create an environment in myself that causes people to want to be drawn to me? How do we create an environment in our community? We don't stop dreaming because we're going to die. We keep dreaming because we want to live. We can look at everything that is going on today and say, I was a part of that. Where does that quest look like when we get older? There are some here that are multiple generations of Unity members. Alan Bassan, where are you at? Oh, right here. Right here in front. Fourth or fifth generation? Here? Yeah. Fourth, okay. Fourth generation of being involved in this community. Jeff Hunter, you told me 40 years? 44. 44 years. Wow. 44 years of this community. And what I love about these two men is they're passionate about what they do. Alan and Diane are there I know when I come to church, when I come to this community, that Alan and Diane will be at those two doors greeting me and greeting you every Sunday. What is your legacy? What are you going to leave behind? We see Joyce Tucker every Sunday. I don't know if you see it or not, if you notice it, but I see Joyce Tucker every Sunday caring for the roses in front of the church, caring and nurturing them, picking away the dead stuff. I see Jan every week sitting in front of me, always engaged in what we're doing. We see the landscaping team here every Thursday keeping our grounds beautiful and clean. We see the talents of Janice Mayfield, who doesn't just play music, but she writes it. And that was demonstrated today when our technology failed us, and Janet went right to the piano without even thinking. Her zeal for serving and being a part of this community was evident in that split second. We see Juliet writing her poetry and challenging herself, who's come up here, to get out of her comfort zone. We see my new friend, Tom Durst, passionately connecting with people of all faiths. Tom sent me an email and said, I won't be there the next 2 weeks. We've been picking Tom up for church as well as for Conscious Conversations on Thursday. And he sent me an email and said, you won't need to pick me up this week. And I want to read you what he wrote, because this is so beautiful. I'll likely be going to the other church the next 2 Sundays, as the bonding I've had with people there needs to be honored. I've formed people connections in several churches over the years, and some folks would criticize me for this, as they feel one should stick to one church exclusively. My calling is much bigger and more inclusive than that. I'm reaching out to the people wherever I go in as many ways as possible. I must be authentic and true to myself, whether others understand it or not. I have a deep love for people in general and am constantly, silently blessing everyone with love and peace. These people that I've named, and there's many more, are not just ordinary people. They're extraordinary people. I don't think Jan Kraft came to this church to be ordinary. I don't think Reverend Bonnie is coming to this church to be ordinary. I'm choked up, but I'm also like getting dry, so. Once you answer the call for the grail, once you get in touch with that truth to a larger life, there is no turning back. You don't see things the same again. My next quest and step of faith has come from encouragement of many of you who have asked me if I was a pastor in a previous life or if I've considered that step. Royce and Annette, Jeff Hunter, Candy and Shirley, Jan, Dave and Gay, Juliet, Hank Breckling, Reverend Bonnie, Amber, Reverend David McClure. So with that, I'm excited to announce to you today that I will be applying to enter into Unity's ministry education program. Thank you. It's a huge leap of faith. I'm 64. It takes 3 years. But yeah, it's just a number. Thank you. Hey, I can still dance, baby. There's been a lot of times in my life where this question has come up, and I have pushed it away and said, no. Because I thought it was coming from my head, coming from my ego. And when Jan spoke last week, this battle been going on inside of me for a while. And when Jan spoke last week, I realized, no, this is something that I got to do. This is something I want to do. I have wanted to do it. But the suppression of no, that's just my ego, that's just my pride. So anyways, I want to thank all of you who have been such an encouragement, have been so prevalent in my life and everything that I've gone through and have developed here. I can tell you that when I first came to this community, my growth was exponential. And I have you to thank for that. So thank you all. So it is. We're going to go into the meditation, and I'm going to just, while Caleb gets some music, I'm going to grab a drink of water here. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to close your eyes. Relax your arms. Maybe let them sit on your lap or on your knees. Feel your feet on the floor. And concentrate on your breath. Take a deep breath in. and exhale. And in whatever thoughts or whatever distractions are coming to you right now, just write them on that whiteboard at the left side of your brain, and you'll get to it later. Go deep into your consciousness, and I want you to ask your unconscious mind a couple of questions. Take another deep breath. Ask yourself, what is my next calling? What is it that I need to do? Forget about all the naysayers. Forget about all the things that are telling you that you can't, or you're not this, or you're not that. Because you are a creation. You are an image of the divine. Ask yourself, what tools do I need? What is holding me back? Another deep breath. Who or what inspires you? What do I need to do to prepare myself for the next level? And when we ask ourselves these questions, they demand an answer. And that answer won't come today, may not come today, may not come tomorrow. But you have questioned yourself and you've asked yourself these questions, and the answer will come. Now I want you to give yourself acknowledgement and gratitude for the coming answers. We are thankful and we are grateful for those things that will be revealed to us, for us. It's not a matter of if. Spirit, we are so thankful and so grateful for the everyday things that come into our lives. We know that you are a God of details, and every little thing is orchestrated. We thank you for the opportunities that are before us, the people that inspire us, the gifts that you give us. And the zeal that will propel us. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. And so it is.
There's a hero. If you look inside your heart, you don't have to be afraid of what you are. There's an answer if you reach into your soul, and the sorrow that you know will melt away. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. Oh, it's a long road when you face the world alone. No one reaches out a hand for you to hold. You can find love if you search within yourself, and the emptiness you found will disappear. Yeah. That a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. I know dreams are hard to follow, but don't let anyone tear them away.
Just hold on, there will be tomorrow. In time, you'll find your way.
And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth. The hero lies in you. Hero lies in you. Hero lies in you. Look inside and see that a hero lies in you.
Wow, that rendition gave me goosebumps. I love it. Thank you, Jeff. There's probably nobody better to lead by example and tell us all about that life really is about the journey, not the destination. Congratulations on your decision. Awesome. I have to share something that was kind of funny last night that came about when Jeff was emailing me about the title of his talk today. And you know how computers and spell check decide sometimes that it knows better than what you know? Well, his title came across to me as The Quest for the Holy Grain. That could have been a totally different talk. All right, unity stands for peace in the presence of conflict, for love in the presence of hatred, and for forgiveness in the presence of injury. Unity honors the many names for God and the many paths to God, for we know that there is only one power, one presence, and one life. So whoever you are and wherever you are on your spiritual journey of transformation, you are welcome here. If there's anyone here for the first time and you feel comfortable raising your hand, we would love to say hello and offer you a free coffee from our barista stand. Is there anybody here live that's the first time? Don't be shy, you get a free coffee. All right, if there is anybody here, or if there's anybody out there in our online worldwide community who is visiting us for the first time, check out our e-news to learn more about upcoming transformational speakers, workshops, and events. You can sign up for our email newsletter by scanning the QR code that you see on the screen and around the center or on our website at unityspokane.org. We would also like to connect with you on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Just search out Unity Spiritual Center Spokane to find us. And thank you all for joining us today. I do have one little correction I had to add. When he asked if it was 4 generations or 5, I started counting, and it's actually our 5th generation here, just so you know. Started with my wife's great-grandma. My wife's grandma, I mean. So now it's time to take just a moment to say hey to everybody. You can give them a high five, a socially distanced hug, whatever you want to do. It's up to you. You got a minute or so to do it, so let's go. All right, it's now time for the commercial part of our program and news you can use. We have your Heal Your Life workshop with Catherine Dietz starting on Tuesday, October 18th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. for 5 weeks. Cost is $150 and scholarships are available. Sign up through the Unity calendar or e-news. Reverend Bonnie is offering her first class on affirmative prayer beginning Wednesday, October 19th. Well, wait till she has it. Maybe it's not worth it. October 19th from 6 to 8 p.m. for 5 consecutive Wednesdays. Cost is $145 and scholarships also are available. Sign up through our online calendar or e-news. Unity choir rehearsals with Reverend Jane Kraft start on Thursday, October 20th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. in the sanctuary. All skill levels are welcome. Well, maybe, I don't know. No additions necessary, but registrations and a short interview are required. So scan the QR code you see on the screen or in the flyer in the atrium to register. New supporting member orientation is coming up Sunday, October 23rd after services. Apply for membership through our e-news, and we'll see you there. And now, with an update, we have Gay Ribble.
Can't help it. I'm your Broadway diva. So, a little update for our show, What She Said, A Feminine Perspective. I had several people who actually hadn't heard about the show. So I want to give you just a kind of a brief overview. There are 8 fabulous divas and 6 different genres of music and 6 different decades, and we're all telling our unique perspectives through music. It's a lot of fun. We're going to steal your heart. We're going to make you laugh. We're going to make you cry. And we're going to make you sing along with us. It's a lot of fun. It's going to be on October 14th, Friday night, 7 p.m. We also have a matinee on Sunday, the 16th, at 3:30 p.m. We hope you will join us. We hope you will bring your friends and family. We are really needing you to get your tickets now. We also have an opportunity for you to take blocks of tickets to actually go out and sell. You can sign them out. I actually did that yesterday. We were at a party, and I had my little flyers, and I had my tickets, and people said, "Oh, sounds like fun. I'd like to go." I said, "Great, I got tickets." It worked terrific. So you can see us in the back after that. We also have some pretty exciting things that we're going to be doing with it to help raise some money for the center. And there's going to be a raffle. And Joyce Tucker is our lead on the raffle. She would like to have raffle items here by October 9th. That's next Sunday. And she's here. Where are you, Joyce? I saw you here. There, she's back there. So talk to her about the kind of items. She actually has a couple of slides here that are kind of fun about the kinds of items that might be great to do. You know, maybe there's an event you want to host, or you could put together some really fun theme baskets. There might be some kind of services that you do, or you know of people. Maybe you have a massage therapist that would like to donate their services. It's a great way for them to advertise. There's also all kinds of services that you could do for other people. I love the one that she has up here about, you know, helping you plant bulbs in a yard. My favorite, though, is this one, gourmet dinner. You know, or jewelry and so forth. So please see Joyce. We're hoping that this will be really a tremendous way for us to kind of get going again with raising money for the center. So thank you so much. Dave and I will be in the back collecting your money for tickets, and can't wait to see you there.
All right, it's time to celebrate our abundance together as we share our tithes and love offerings. If you would like to give virtually today, please text the amount of your donation to our text to give number, which is 509-215-2552. For those here in the sanctuary, our ushers will be going around with a love offering bag, so I invite you to hold your offering in your hand, or if you're a monthly giver or giving virtually, hold that in your heart as we say together our love offering blessing. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I give thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. Dear Spirit, thank you for these gifts and for those who have given them as we send them forward in continued service to our mission of transforming lives and inspiring people to make a positive difference in our world. Thank you, God, and so it is. Amen. Our chaplain today is Al Koenigsfeld, and he's been holding the service in prayer for us. Would you stand so everybody knows? He'll be right up front here after the service. And we've got another one. Oh, Diane's back there. So you guys can fight it out who's going to be up front. I don't care. We got a battle royal coming, I can tell. All right, Diane's here also, so there's two lines, no waiting. Okay. We would like to encourage anyone who is in need of prayer support to please fill out our prayer request form found in the seat pocket in front of you or on the table as you enter the sanctuary, and you can put them in one of our prayer boxes. You can also submit your requests through our online form. Names are added to our prayer list and are prayed over for 30 days by both our prayer ministry here as well as Silent Unity. All right, is there kids out there somewhere? I think she went to retrieve them, so talk amongst yourselves. But not too loud.
I'm walking. I am walking in the light, in the light, in the light. I am walking in the light, in the light of God. In the light, 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 in the light of God. I'm walking as the light. I am walking as the light, as the light, as the light. I am walking as the light, as the light of God. As the light, 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 as the light of God.
Well, I guess that was worth waiting for. I'm not sure what we're looking at, but well, as you can see, our kids have arrived, so let's welcome them with our children's blessing. Be the love you are, sing the song you hear, share your joy of life with people far and near. And for ourselves, be the love we are, sing the song we hear, share our joy of life with people far and near. All right, guys, go back to whoever you brought you.
Okay, you're on call.
Or that, sure. All right, now please stand as you are able and join in together for our closing prayer for protection, followed by the peace song. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well, and that's the truth.